Hey, good Tuesday morning, everybody. It's Jason with JER Custom Designs. Today I'm going to bring you along while I do some custom wood revolver grips. They're wooden and, of course, supplied by the customer. A nice, um, I think it's like a rosewood or something like that. Um, but this is a lot of the stuff that I do. I know a lot of people um, stick with basically what they sell. This is kind of my thing. I like to mess around with stuff. I don't know how much these grips actually cost, and quite frankly, I probably don't want to know. But nonetheless, they come up with a design that the customer has approved, and I'll show that to you here. Uh, so basically, you got the outline shape of the handle, and then the black is the design that will be engraved. So the first thing I want to do is obviously make sure I've got my sizing right, because the way it's laid out on the computer, I should be hitting all of my flat spots or relatively flat spots on the handle itself. Now the only problem is you can see there's a hole where the grip attaches to the gun. So unfortunately, wherever that falls on the design, that's going to affect the design. Um, I wish this was something I could do on my fiber laser, because I could actually trace it out line by line or item by item and see how it's going to fall on here. But unfortunately, with the CO2 laser, all it does is it creates a box around the outer perimeter of what you're doing. So yeah, so that makes it kind of difficult to set up. I'm just bringing you over here, kind of give you a layout of what's going on, or where I'm going with this here. Alright, so unfortunately I didn't set up the right camera mount, so we're kind of stuck with the view that we got, and the glare kind of sucks, but we'll make the best of it. So if you're watching, I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in, checking out the video. I don't know if I got 4 of them to do. I got 2 pair of grips to do, so I don't know if I'll get to both of them on here or not. I probably just do the one and then kind of leave you at that. That way, if I mess up the other ones, I don't have any witnesses. But anyways, so the first thing I want to do is I want to send this file to RDWorks. And the way I do that is I have a macro button, which I will show you. Alright, so in RDWorks I have the macro button, which is right up here. It's already set up to, as soon as I hit it, it wants to take me straight to CorelDRAW. Or not CorelDRAW, but RDWorks, which is right here. So now that I'm in RDWorks, I'm going to get rid of these stupid lines because they're not needed, so I just delete them. Alright, so I have my cutout, which I do not want to output on the final engraving. I want to output it on this one because I'm basically going to draw an outline so I know where to position the handle on the bed. So everything else is really irrelevant at this point, because right now I'm just trying to test to see where everything's going to fall on the bed itself. So I'm not really worried about specifics. So as I said, I will show you. We'll go ahead and start up my air in my chiller. Now I am doing this with the hood open, so it's not recommended you do that, but that's kind of just how I roll. It's easier for me because I don't do a lot of production stuff. If I'm doing a long job or something that's going to be really smoky, like or acrylic or something like that, I'll close the lid. But for the most part, I think I'm smart enough not to put my hand in the way of the laser. I know some people would beg to differ on that, but that's all right. Let me. Sorry, I just had to mute the volume. I didn't want it to come out. So first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to set up to do the first pass, which is gonna set everything up for being able to align the handle. The good thing about this is both sides of each set is being done the same way, so um, I don't have to worry about changing anything. Really, all I gotta do is flip it, keep the letters the same, but just flip the handle and go on about doing the other side. Let's see. All right. So again, the first pass is just going to be, once I set up my zero here. So this first pass is just going to be doing the layout. Now for something like this, it is or can be quite time consuming. But the time spent's well worth it, I believe. In my opinion. And then getting to this point, a lot of times when you're dealing with stuff like this, obviously people want specific um, stuff done to their materials. Um, so going back and forth, getting the design laid out, trying to put their ideas onto paper. Um, there can be some back and forth, which again takes time. Um, but the cost in the end, the cost is justified or can be justified based on the time that you put into it. I'm not going to bore everybody with a bunch of rambling, but if you do have any questions, by all means, feel free to ask. Um, let's see here. We'll go ahead and put that up there. I'm sorry, the glare is ridiculous with the hood open. As I said, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to chime in. I mean, these videos are really nothing more than, you know, a chance to let people see what I'm doing, answer any questions if I can, or provide any information if I can. Alright, so let the smoke clear. Alright. Key is you don't want to move the board with your template. So now you can kind of see where everything's going to fall. And in this instance, obviously I don't have proportions quite right. So I want to shrink it down a little bit. I want to shrink it down about 10 millimeters. So my overall box will be 75. Alright. And then the width is right. Width looks good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it again. Now that I've made that change. And see how it falls and how it looks. That way I can arrange as needed. So now, once again, I'm in my start position, downloaded it, make sure my file comes up and it's right. It is. And now I'm going to let it go do its thing. Hey, what's up, John? You're still out there. Another hard thing to figure out with this is by looking at it, I can tell for the most part, I'm fairly confident that it's real wood. So what kind of wood it is, I'm not sure. It might be a cherry, it might be, who knows. And really, the most unfortunate part is not knowing what the material is you're working with, because obviously that greatly affects how things are going to turn out. And not to mention, this has a recess on the inside that has to be accounted for, so it sits in there nice and level. So, yeah, I went the wrong way on that. So, when doing something like this, it's just trial and error. Um, Unfortunately, it's just part of the job is waste of material, especially when you're doing custom stuff like this that you haven't worked with before necessarily. Um, so making sure everything's right. Because like I said, I have no idea how much these grips cost. Um, and I definitely don't want to screw them up. So I'd rather waste a piece of scrap wood than tear up something costly that I don't particularly want to replace. For those of you on here, can you hear me okay? I can never tell because I have to turn the volume off on my PC or else I get feedback and it makes a bad whining sound or groaning or whatever you want to call it. Hope everybody out there is having a good Tuesday morning. I guess you could compare with doing this or watching this to watching paint dry. But I just like to put my work out there so people to see it. And I also like to take this opportunity while I'm doing stuff to um, help people or answer questions if I can within the laser community and or just in general. Hey Lori, good morning. Um, so yeah, this here is a custom set of two custom sets of grips for a revolver that a customer had sent to me and wanted to get engraved. So that is what I be doing. Now just trying to get the layout right. And another thing you could do, there's another little trick to doing this, is take you a piece of scrap acrylic, if I can find one, which I usually have tons of. Just some scrap acrylic. Then put it down on there. Obviously have to redo focus here. And then let it do its thing on the acrylic. And then you can use the acrylic as an overlay to see if it'll fit as well. I like doing the acrylic more so than I do the wood. I mean, the wood's good for positioning, but the acrylic's going to tell you without question if it's going to fit in the area. And the problem with these grips is part of it's round, so there's only so much of that round area that you can cover before it starts to distort because of the angle of the and the distance of the beam to the material. Alright, Lori, have a good day. Thanks for watching. Can you hear me now? I put it on mute because I don't know how much of the background noise you can hear. I got parts printing for um, got some stuff over there printing away for laser tools. Those happen to be the hold down clamps. Printing out right now. Alright, thanks. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear any background noise or not, but typically I have with the pumps and everything running, or not the pumps, but the blower and the water chiller and everything running. I usually have a lot of background noise, so I always mute the volume, and I can't tell if people hear me or not. And this acrylic that I'm cutting on right now, it's just like I said, it's scrap. I don't I'm not trying to be precise or make it look pretty. I'm just trying to basically create a template so I know when I overlay it um, how it's going to work. Alright. That's pretty darn good. I'll show you here. And now, get the glare, but now it pretty much all sits on the flatter edges. Not completely flat, but on the flatter edges of the material. So I think I got myself a good spot. So now I'm gonna go back to the thing here. Let's see here. So now I'm gonna do the same thing here. And create my actual live template. Oops. Come on now. Alright. So now I'm going to create the live template. What's up, Dan? Shouldn't you be working right now, man? Sure, there's got to be a car out there that needs alignment. What's up, everybody? Let me show you the what the laser's doing. Can't really tell much because of the stinking glare. That didn't help him either. Anyways, doing some custom grips. Just in the final stages of setting up for it. What time is it? 10:36. Alright. So I believe I found where I want to go with it. And the problem with this is besides the obvious, if you screw it up, you just ruin somebody's, how much ever these things cost. But if it goes right, then you're all good. Man, this is a pain in the butt. I'm gonna go back to the old Corel drawing board. At any rate, I'm not gonna keep you guys on here. I got a customer stopping by here any minute, and I still gotta fine tune this. I definitely don't want to screw it up. But once I get it figured out, I may hop back on here, or I'll just do a time lapse of everything when I'm done with it. But at any rate, thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you see and you want to see more of it, please like and share, follow, and on YouTube, subscribe and ring the bell so you get notifications when new stuff comes out. If you have any questions or would like to see something in particular, please go ahead and let me know. That way I can use it for content on future videos. If you need any tools or jigs for your Boss Laser, you can check out Tools and Jigs for Boss Laser on Facebook, which is in the bottom right of your corner or of your screen, or at the top of your screen you can check out JAR Custom Designs. Actually, it's not at the bottom, it's at the bottom middle, sorry. jarcustomdesigns.com/shop, and go under JER Tools, Custom Tools, and you'll see all the stuff I have for Boss Laser. Again, I hope everybody has a good rest of your day and your week. Until next time, laser like a boss.